Ghana's most wanted man, the mastermind behind the Menzgold scandal, Nana Mensah, has reportedly been arrested. That's according to government sources who say he's been picked up for an unrelated offense in Dubai. Editor here at JoyNews, Fred Smith, joins me with more. So, Fred, what are our sources telling us?
Well, from multiple sources we've been speaking to, Nana Mensah, also known as Nam1, has been arrested in Dubai. And here's what happened. We understand that he introduced a Ghanaian Nigerian company, well, there's a group, to a Dubai-based organization. They are a gold dealership firm. And so the joint company was expected to supply gold to this Dubai-based company. This company is called Horizon Royal Diamonds, DMCC.
And we have a letter.
Exactly. This is an undertaking from Horizon Royal Diamonds, DMCC. It was written to Menzgold. In fact, it's addressed to the chairman of Menzgold, Mr. Fred Frimpong. And I'll give you details of that later. But the company that Nam1 introduced to Horizon is called Just Gold. Just Gold is owned by a Ghanaian and a Nigerian, and they were supposed to supply gold to the tune of about $51 million to Horizon, which is the Dubai company. Now, they took the money, but failed to supply the gold. Now, they've been looking for these guys for a very long time. They're not getting them, so they said, well, Menzgold CEO, Nam1, introduced these guys to them, and so they have to track them through him. That information was not given to Nam1, according to the sources that we have been speaking to. And so they invited them to come for fresh a business deal, because Nam1 had told them he could supply gold if those guys were unable to do so. So Nam1 supplied the gold to the tune of almost $40 million. So the company now wants Nam1 to come to Dubai to collect his money.
Can you bring us more details of that letter? We understand it's not dated, but there's a signature to it.
Well, it's not dated. There's a stamp which doesn't look too clear, and it's signed by someone in the legal department, Jean-Luc Imbert. He's the person who signed from Horizon and Diamonds to Menzgold.
So just like you mentioned in the letter, Horizon Royal Diamond extends an invitation to Menzgold Ghana Company Limited as delegation to pay a business visit to Dubai to discuss and conclude a pending business relationship. And that's what you were giving us details
Indeed. And so this, what you see on your screen is the undertaking from Horizon to Menzgold executives to come to Dubai, and there was assurance in this undertaking that their safety will be assured. They were also going to provide them the best of hospitality whilst they were in Dubai. Now, Mr. Mensah, it's not clear to us if he went there alone, because this invitation was to him and other top executives of Menzgold. He got there, and as the discussions were ongoing, he's accosted, he's arrested by security. I'm sure this would have been prearranged so that he's picked up. That's the story so far with the arrest, but fresh information coming through is that he may not have been arrested at all, because the police in Dubai are saying they do not have anybody, a Ghanaian, by that name. And this is bringing up a whole lot of
yeah, Fred,
confusion.
I'm just wondering why it's difficult to get any information on this particular development.
Well, from anybody you speak to, from all the sources we've spoken to, nobody wants to go on record, but will be confident in telling you he is under arrest.
Interesting. Well, this is the information we are picking up at this moment. We'll keep our eyes on this particular story and bring you details of it. Meanwhile, Fred, the warrant that was issued was for Nam1, his wife and sister. Do we have any updates from the CID with regards to these other people?
We don't know the situation with the wife and the mother yet and the other relatives, but we understand last night there was a visit to the Central Region home of Nana Appiah Mensah's father, and at that meeting, in fact, they asked them a few questions, and they got contact to Nana Appiah Mensah, according to our sources within the security, to speak to him from his base by phone. Okay. That's the latest with what the security is doing locally. Thank you very much. Fred Smith is an editor here and a member of our security desk. Now, the National Democratic Congress wants government to show more interest in finding and retrieving monies from gold dealership firm to pay depositors. General Secretary Johnson Esiedun Ketia believes public funds cannot be used to pay customers. He proposes a second look at the banking regulations to find a lasting solution to Ponzi schemes in the country. Nanaya Ojima has more in the following report.
The NDC General Secretary blames politicians he will not name for thwarting efforts to clamp down on activities of Menzgold and other Ponzi scheme institutions. He says it is such political interference that embolden operators of such schemes to defy Bank of Ghana's regulatory directives. Mr. Esiedun Ketia believes a second look at Ghana's banking laws is the first step towards sanitizing the system, devoid of politics.
So when the scandal about DKM came about, we then discovered that there are these other firms that are doing the same thing that DKM is doing. The only difference was that DKM had taken the steps to register with Bank of Ghana. So when Bank of Ghana descended on DKM and asked them to fold up so that they will stop operations, we took it upon ourselves as government to now call on the other, make sure that all the others that are operating outside the regulatory framework also stop what they were doing, because it's illegal. There was the wind of change blowing, and everybody in the new in the MPP, which is seen to be the incoming government, believes that NDC is wrong in dissolving these schemes. And so this coincided with efforts by the managers of the Ponzi scheme that the NDC government is just giving them trouble. Vote them out and you get the chance to continue the operation. So when the MPP government is now saying that government gave warnings and these warnings were ignored, they were ignored at the promptings of MPP, the conduct of senior MPP people.
Mr. Esiedun Ketia, nonetheless, says government must trace and dispose of Menzgold's investment and other property to pay customers.
Now the government is telling us that he has not been registered, so he cannot be regulated and so on. Are we saying that if a butcher gets out now and decides to perform operations on human beings, we will say that he's not registered with the Ghana Medical Association, so we won't do anything. We are investigating where he expended monies. So nobody is saying they should go and take money from the state coffers. But wherever the money went, we should be able to trace. If not all, we should be able to have evidence as to the root of the money leaving the system. You can't just say that people have gone into something and so that is the end of it. What guarantee do we have that the thing will not be repeated, as you asked? So government should be up and doing.
Nanaya Ojima reporting.